Are you feeling down and upset and depressed and any kind of feeling that is not what you want it to be? Well, you've come to the right place. Today, we will be going over the many issues that people have that can ruin their view on whatever it is. Most people have problems with relationships, whether they don't last as long or there's some kind of a fight that you don't understand or many different things. And you have a relationship that you feel is gonna go the distance, something that has been very important to you that you haven't experienced, and now you have this relationship that you feel that is gonna be the best thing ever, and then suddenly it fails or somebody stops talking to one another. There's a lot of issues that people go through that can damper something that's special to you, and it can put you in a depressed state. Well, today I'm going to try to get you to snap out of it or realize there are many other things in the world that can really make you feel good about yourself. Just because you were dumped or something else happened where you had to take a break or whatever the case may be, it doesn't particularly mean that that problem is you. I know on personal experience that you might just be bored with the situation. It may not be the person, you just may feel that you want to explore different things in life, that you're not ready to completely commit yourself to a certain thing. And of course, there are some people that would prefer to have a variety of relationships with people, whether it's men or women. Um, and you really have to just, you have to feel good about yourself. Um, that's one of the main things. I'm not saying to have like a super high ego and think you're better than everyone, but to just understand what makes you happy. It's alright to break off a relationship if you feel that it is not fulfilling your needs. For example, if you want to go and travel or do exciting things like or some kind of an activity and you have a partner that only wants you to focus on them constantly and do whatever they want basically. If they want new clothes, you got to go out and shop with them and so on. And you want to be adventurous and you want to explore and you want to try different things and they kind of restrict you, you have to first talk to that person and tell them, listen, I can't keep going on like this. Maybe we can find a compromise where we can do both things and to make each other happy. And if that person, whoever it is, says, well, you're supposed to be focusing on me, that's how this relationship is, end that relationship because it's only going to give you issues. You're just going to be unhappy because you're going to want to do things and you won't be able to do them, and you're going to be stuck doing things that you don't want to do. And age is also a big factor. I'm not saying that this is the case with everybody, but the younger you are, the more um, immature you tend to be, or you don't quite understand certain things. Um, this may not relate in a relationship way. But as a kid, I always had my room to have posters of, let's say, movies or I don't know, cartoons or something, a mixture of things that were for kids in ways. And then recently, a couple years ago, I said, I'm older. I'm going to develop a wider sense of interest and explore. So I found a palette of colors that I liked, and I painted the wall. It's like a mixture of bluish green. It's like a light blue, but has like a hint of green in it. And I redecorated. I got black furniture to match with it, and it works very well. And I took down all the old posters and whatnot, and I made a theme. I made a Zen garden theme. So I bought posters, and I bought them in the black frame, real nice custom looking frames, and I spread them throughout the room. And I'm very big on influential sayings and motivation and feel good things. So I have all the Japanese sayings, some with translations, some without. And I got other famous sayings that are not Japanese, but they have the same feel to them. One of them is a Gandhi quote, and there was another one about going into life or the day and just looking forward to the positives, stuff like that. And then I got the theme poster on one side with the Japanese culture. Um, I got the Asian plants to really add a little color and life. So it's not just wall to wall posters and everything. You got a mixture of the bamboo. I have different kind of palms and such. And it really adds a feeling of happiness and being centered with yourself. It may not be perfectly designed from a interior designer, but it has like this feel to it. So that's what I mean by having a mature outlook on life instead of just being like, oh, this is interest here, interest there. That's fine. You can do that. But if you really want to become mature and centered with yourself, that's a cool theme to go with. Any kind of a theme that you can come up with that's focused on a particular thing, that's cool to have. And you get like this mature feeling out of it. Um, so that's a good thing to do. If you can look for a project to do, something that gets you excited to set up, that's something special. And like I said with my room, that's a great example of something because it was like every weekend you would after work or school or whatever you had, you'd have something to do and plan, and it would like take your mind off of things. So that's a great thing to have. Find a project that you can do without a partner if you're struggling. That way you take your mind off of it, and you kind of get a sense of your own interests, and you have a feeling of happiness, and you're not constantly worked up over something. It's a great it's a great feeling. I've experienced it on numerous occasions, finding something that I like. Or um, if you're into like some kind of a design, it's always good to have something that keeps you busy. Um, Look for things wrong with your house that you're capable of fixing or researching. That's another good thing that you can do. You learn a lot and you understand things that you probably never knew before. So if you're facing your house, I'm going to give a couple examples. If you're facing your house and you see your walkway to your stairs is, let's say, falling apart or just very used, you can make a project and you can spend like a couple hours on it, days if you have the chance, and you can take it apart and rebuild. It's that feeling of rebuilding and making something new and fresh that really can change your feeling of yourself and the outlook of the world around you. Or if you see your front lawn looking kind of iffy with the plants, you can make a project and maybe tear down the old plants around your house and go online or go to the stores or read like a book and find plants, a theme you can do of Asian plants, European plants, American plants, or you can have a mixture and just set up your front of your house like that in whatever idea you want. You can have the big plants in the back and small in the front, or you can have a mixture of big and small, or if you have a fence line, you can do um, a lineup of uniform trees, arborvitaes. They stand up straight. You can have like an army of them on the side. And when you're done with something like that, you look at it and you go, wow, I feel good that I did this, and it feels great that I had a project. And now you can look at the project whenever you're by the front of your house or whatever and be like, I did that. It made me happy. I'm going to find other things to do. So these are great tips to mature yourself and to expand your views on the world and have basically a new understanding. And you can do various things. If you want to learn how to protect yourself or be a good fighter, take classes. Or if you want to be a massage therapist, take some classes, read online, get people to practice on, and make it like a hobby. Hobbies are great for people that are struggling with certain things. Just think about things that you like, or go out and find things, or search online. You never know what you can find that can inspire you and make you interested in something, whatever it may be. Um, a lot of people that create that YouTube videos or ASMR in particular, like myself, you can find interests in film. If you have the money, of course, because a lot of these things can be expensive. If you're interested in ASMR and you want to help other people, get yourself some equipment. You can start small and build up and make the videos. Become the ASMR artist. Become something that you've always liked. So if you see somebody on YouTube, an ASMR, for example, that you see and you go, wow, that's cool. I like watching them. Make your own video. And then maybe people will watch you and be like, wow, I like this person. So there's a lot of possibilities in the world that you can look into that can take your mind off of any relationship woe or work issue or something that has got you down. They say in a philosophy and in psychology sense, if you're depressed or upset about something, never stay stagnant or sit still or sit and mope. You have to move, even if it's for a little bit. Go out or explore things, research things, get your mind going. And that's when the depression goes down, or the sadness, or whatever issue that you don't want that goes down. Um, for example, in the winters, people get upset not because of something that personally happened to them, but because of an environmental issue, meaning it's always cold, or it's snowing, or it's cloudy all the time. Find something you can do. It can be inside or outside. Inside would probably be better because of the temperature. But find something that'll make you happy. Um, if you like to draw or do art, go to a store, buy a canvas, buy something like that, and just set it up and just spend time on it. And you can even look at a picture and like recreate it or something like that. That's a great way to release sadness or depression. Keep yourself busy. It's all about keeping yourself busy and taking your mind off of the issue at hand. Um, a lot of people have issues with money, that they're always constantly worrying. Try to make it positive and be like, okay, I'm gonna work these hours, and then just write it down. That's a great way to figure things out. If you're worried about, oh, I got money, all this money here and this and there that I owe, make a list of every different thing that you owe money to, and write down how much you owe and this and that, and come up with a plan. A person with a plan tends to be more easygoing or less upset because they know, I'm going to get this done on this day or whatever. You have a list in front of you. You have everything scheduled. When you just have a bunch of things that are mixed together that you don't know how to handle, it can be overwhelming and you can really start to worry more. Um, but if you have it ahead of you, like on a sheet of paper or typed or whatever, and you have it planned out, you know exactly how to go about everything, and you feel a little bit at ease because you know that you're going to be able to take care of it based on this or that, and you have everything planned out, or it's right in front of you, everything mixed together, and you can understand what it is you need to do. Whereas when you're just laying in bed and you're like, oh, I have this or that, wait, I might have forgotten this or that, everything is down on that list for you, so you can just go through it and be like, okay, now I can handle it in this way. So there's always going to be an issue. So try not to be worked up and be like, oh, nothing ever works out for me. I have this issue. I have this issue. That's everybody. Everyone's going to have that. Some people are going to have less issues than others, but there's always going to be an issue in the world. So just try to come up with a plan, come up with a hobby, have your mind taken off of your problems, um, and then back to the relationship thing. If you're having trouble with somebody, always, I can't stress, talk to that person. And if they don't want to hear it, that's when you have to leave. Even if you have a strong feeling for that person, maybe it'll give them an awareness of what they had and what they lost because of this issue. And you can't blame yourself because you told them the issue and you explained to them that you wanted to make things work and you'd have to compromise. A person who doesn't compromise is never worth it because everything will always be about them, and you never want a relationship that's always about that person in particular. And if you give them your undivided attention, meaning you only focus on them, they're going to build an ego, a strong ego, thinking that in a way that you're desperate and that you have to be with them only, and if it wasn't for them, you'd be lost. And they have this feeling of power, that they have this power over you, that they feel that you'd be lost without them, and that they're the center of your universe, so they're going to try to take advantage. So you have to give that person an awareness that you have other things in your life, that they are not the be all and end all. If you're having the problems and you still want to give your significant other or whatever the time, you want to spend time with them, but if you have serious issues, those are the things that you have to address and go through with them. um, that's one of the main problems in relationships, is lack of communication, or sometimes caring. I once went out with somebody that only wanted me to do what they want at their convenience, and I said, hold on, before anything, we can't do this. And that person was still like, oh, me. So I said, later. That way, I'm not stressing myself over anything, And now I know that it's not my fault because that person was only concerned about themselves. And to be with somebody that only wants to be themselves, be with themselves, it's not worth it, and you're just gonna aggravate yourself. And you see that a lot in relationships. Um, the person wants to be the only thing in the world, not only to you but to everybody. They want everyone to focus on them, and those are the kind of people that you have to stay away from, to avoid, and to not really associate with. So I'm just going to end with this. The purpose of this video was to look at your issues, relationship, money, this and that, and come up with a plan and express a way to get over or to be smart about things, mature yourself as a person, and understand that life is not going to come easy. There's always going to be a problem or a flaw or something that needs to be fixed or mended, and that you just have to come up with ways to overcome them. Always be positive. You can plan a trip and just like get away, um, or save up to one or whatever works for you. Give yourself something to look forward to. The worst thing is to never have something to look forward to and just be sitting there and being like, oh, I have this issue, I have this issue, I have this issue. Because you're just going to make yourself stressed, and you actually decrease your life expectancy by being constantly upset about whatever it is. Just find something to look forward to, have a plan, be mature about things, create something in your life that's worthwhile, because we only have a limited time in the world, and you want to feel good throughout that time. You never want to be stressed out or worked out or whatever. Another thing you could try is exercise. A lot of people think, oh, it's running, running on a treadmill, running on a treadmill. But lifting weights is also a great stress relief, because you build up this, you build up testosterone for one thing, and it like sends these chemical, it's a chemical in your head where you feel good about yourself, you feel empowered, and you feel like you can accomplish everything. And once you have that feeling, even though it's only temporary when you work out, you still have this feeling, and that really can inspire you. And if you keep doing things that you like lifting weights or whatever, it's not only being healthy for you, but it's making you feel better, like as a person or whatever. And you can see results too. So that's a great way to feel better about yourself, and you're more appealing to others, even though it's really not looking good for people. It's feeling good about yourself, but that's an added bonus to have. So just evaluate your life if you're going through any kind of an issue, and find things to do. Find a way to mature yourself, and just expand your mind and see other things. If you a certain religion, I'm not gonna really get into it, and you have like a bias, or you judge other people, try to, if you can, take a trip to these places and understand, or just look it up and just read into it, the history of something, and then understand um, there are other views on things. There's something special about understanding other cultures or religions and this and that, because you can look at, you're opening your mind, you're thinking about things in a different perspective. So think of things in different perspectives and try to understand as much as you can. Um, so that's the gist of this little video. You can also try crossword puzzles and things that keep your mind going, and it also prevents Alzheimer's or kind of um, issues with your brain as you get older. Because if you keep your mind focused on things and you're doing things that are not stressful, that are enjoyable, you increase your lifespan, and you prevent serious issues your health and your brain. So I'm going to sign off. I know it's been a while since I did a video. Hopefully you enjoyed this or you took something out of this, because that's my main goal here. Um, and if you like ASMR, make a video. Get out there. That's what I did. That's what a lot of us did. I may not be as well known as others, but everyone's got to start somewhere. And once you start, you can begin to grow and improve. So I'm just going to say goodbye to you. And if you got some tingles or anything like that out of this, um, that's great. So I will see you hopefully very soon. When I have my break in about a week or so, I'll have more time to make some videos for you. And you can stay tuned. I will be starting to make characters and create new worlds. And hopefully maybe even do a little filming outdoors when it gets warmer, which it should be, and nicer, even though yesterday it's snowed on the first day of spring. But hopefully that will do it, and we will have soon, hopefully, sooner than later, have a nice warm spring into summer, and I can maybe film some things outside and add a little interest to my channel. So stay tuned for that and follow my links. You can find me on Facebook, on Instagram. I like to post a lot of inspirational things on there. Checking in my Patreon page. I'm trying to work on that. Might be a little behind for a little bit until my school is over for the semester, but I will try as much as I can to do good on these videos for you guys and come up with creative things that will keep you watching. And again, I'm sorry that I hadn't posted anything for about a month. I think my last video was my little skit I did in the snow. And I guess I got a lot of views on it because it's still stuck on 301 with an asterisk saying the view count is being updated. I don't know when that will be updated, but so yeah, stay tuned. Watch my older videos if you want. They're a little they're not as fancy as the newer ones, but I think they have their own little personal touch on them that make them interesting. Just like everybody else has their own earlier videos that are different. And you can watch the evolution of my channel. You can check other content creators and watch their evolution through time. And you learn how they became what they are today. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in another video.